the Ride Dirty podcast. We have Jason Farnsworth.
Spent 8 months in the hospital, so I had a little bit of time to think about what I wanted to do. Bikes are an outlet for people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, they're going to build jumps and cause a problem. No, they're going to build jumps and go have a good time. On the other side of the shovel, it is what it is.
Exactly.
There's usually a reason for it, though.
All right, so this is going to be the 5th episode of the Ride Dirty podcast.
Okay.
So you're going to be number 5. And we have Jason, and your last name is Farnsworth? Farnsworth. J-Rock. For most of people know you as J-Rock.
Yep.
Yeah. How'd you get that last name, J-Rock?
Smashing rocks.
Yeah.
Just building.
That's what I figured,
Yeah,
J-Rock.
Been building for a long time. I used to ride BMX back in the day. Did some dirt jumping. Used to race BMX.
Yeah.
So.
Is that how you got started into like the whole bike scene?
I raced professional motocross and got hurt doing that pretty bad. So Mike Metzger's the one who got me into mountain bikes.
Right.
So
yeah, I remember you telling me the story. You were actually racing though, right?
Yeah, I was racing and I lacerated my intestine from my stomach.
Holy fuck,
Spent
dude.
8 months in the hospital, so I had a little bit of time to think about what I wanted to do. And
Right.
Metzger got a hold of me and kept trying to get me up there to Big Bear to come ride, and I'm telling him nah, because I didn't realize we had chairlifts that would get us up the hill.
Yeah.
I'm
You
like,
thought you had to pedal up?
Yeah, I'm like, nah, that ain't happening, bro. I ain't down with that one.
Yeah.
So after a few months of him harassing me, talking shit, finally got me out there, and by the end of the weekend, I owned a bike.
Oh, nice. So he let you borrow a bike?
Yeah, he had a bike store up there. I ended up purchasing from him.
Oh shit.
And,
What year was that?
2017?
17.
16?
Oh, okay. So you haven't been doing mountain biking that long?
No.
Not like 15, 20 years or something?
Nah, less than 10.
Oh, shit.
But,
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy. But I think, well, at least from what I've seen from like people that cross over from motocross over to mountain biking, they tend to pick it up pretty it's smooth sailing.
Yeah.
And it's a lighter bike, so I guess you have a little more control,
easy
right?
crossover,
Yeah. Yeah, because I think when you see people jumping and with the style like whipping and like all that stuff, it's I feel like with a motocross it's scarier because that's a big fucking bike. It's heavy. How much does a motocross usually weigh?
Motocross bike's about 220 to 240, depending if you're on a 250 or 450.
Compared to a downhill bike, that's
30,
probably like 30, 40 pounds. Yeah. Big difference.
But,
and how long did you do motocross for?
I've raced since I was a little kid.
Yeah?
Little guy, about 3 years old.
Did you grow up here in the valley?
I
Or?
grew up in the valley,
Okay.
Simi Valley. And, just was into it since I was little, and then unfortunately got hurt when I got into the professional side of it. And,
Right.
That was it for me. I had enough.
That tends to be a lot of motocross people, that it just takes one big injury or multiple injuries where they're like, dude, I'm always fucked up.
I'm 38 years old, bro, and I broke more bones than that, dude.
Yeah.
That's not fingers and toes, so.
Yeah, man, that's wild. I mean, I would imagine usually on a race course when you're racing, how fast. I mean, those things are crazy because there's a lot of jumps and there's a lot of like berms and like turns and shit like that.
I did a lot of track racing, but I also did desert racing, so I got the experience of racing with jumps, and then I got high-speed racing too. I wanted to do Baja before I got hurt, but never made it down there. So that's
is that more dangerous? That seems more dangerous, right?
It is and it isn't. I mean, when it's less like you're less likely to crash racing desert, but when you do crash, the risks are higher
because you're faster.
Yeah, you're going over 100 sometimes.
No shit. So. Fuck, dude, I can't imagine going 100 miles per hour in the desert.
Oh, that shit's fun, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, those bikes have huge suspension compared to like mountain bikes and stuff.
The other thing too is the throttle. You get a little out of control, you have a throttle to kind of bring you back. With the mountain bike, you get nose down, you're pretty much done.
Yeah, because that's one of the things I learned when I started biking, that the rotation of the tires can help you maneuver the bike certain ways. So. I learned that like if you're midair and you hit the front brake and the tire stops, it'll start tilting you forward.
Bring it forward, yeah.
Yeah. So with the throttle, I would imagine you just hit the throttle in the air and it'll just like kind of level you out.
Use brakes and throttle both.
Yeah.
You hit brakes, it'll do the same thing.
And you can't pedal in the air on a bike.
Nah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So how long were you injured for when that happened? That big injury
8
that
months,
made you
dude.
8 months.
Well, I was in the hospital for 8 months. The injury still affects me to this day, dude. Like I can eat like an animal, bro, but my body only intakes so much of it because of the injury. So,
No shit.
Yeah. That was one of the things that fucked me up was not being able to eat. Doing the sport, you gotta
Fuck.
have a good nutrition, and
Yeah.
I can eat a cow, dude, and only a steak gets processed, so
Fuck,
it's
dude.
rough. It's rough.
Damn. So what kind of consequences was that? You just couldn't eat as much, or you couldn't process the food?
I had to eat through a G tube, dude, for almost a year, which is a gastric tube, which goes straight into your stomach. I couldn't eat through my
Oh
mouth.
fuck,
It was pretty
dude.
rough. So
Damn.
yeah, I
And
don't
that was all
suggest
through
it.
the recovery?
Yeah, it was about 3 years of rough recovery, and then like I said, I still feel it to this day, dude.
No shit.
I watch my buddies, some shit. I'm just like, I don't need to jump that because I've spent that time in the hospital.
Right.
You sit back and you're just like, nah. And then I
Yeah.
see like my buddy Cody get hurt, and it's like, fuck. You don't want to see that.
Yeah, he got hurt pretty bad.
Yeah, it was pretty close to what I did, So
Yeah.
he's got a little recovery in front of him.
Yeah, he's still recovering from that.
He'll be back.
Yeah, for sure. And then once you were fully recovered, you said you went into mountain biking. You went so
It took me a couple years, but yeah, I always loved bikes, So I'm like, I'm gonna get back.
so the
into
first
it.
one was Big Bear? Like where
Yeah,
you said-
Big Bear
Summit?
Summit.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and then we did a day there, and then we did a day at a secret trail over there. A lot
Oh,
of people
okay.
know about
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
So
Yeah. And how was that? How was your first experience on the bike? Were you kind of just like fuck it, gunning it and hitting the
yeah.
jumps, or were you kind of hesitant to get into it?
He was yelling at me to chill out. He's like, "You're gonna fuck yourself up. Stop it." So it was.
You
fun.
were used to the speed.
Yeah, I was.
You
I
go a lot
was-
faster on a
I was
motorcycle.
enjoying it.
That's dope. That's dope. And then were you right away like being able to like toss the bike around, or?
Yeah, I mean, it took me a little bit to get where I'm at now, but I was always able to throw down on a bike, so
Yeah.
it was cool. It was fun.
That's dope. That's dope. And then what about you're the first like real trail digger that's on the podcast.
Oh, that's cool.
So
We'll get some. We'll get some more in here, hopefully.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
just-
definitely.
We just gotta find them.
Yeah.
They're far and few between.
exactly. There's not that many.
There's a couple.
There's more
though.
people that'll tag along with trail diggers to help out.
No,
but
there's a couple though. There's some boys on the other side of the valley putting in work, and some
Yeah.
boys over here on the other side of the freeway that put in work.
yeah,
so.
and the thing is
good
too
to
is
see.
like you. The only reason I think I know who those guys are is mostly because of like you.
Yeah,
You know, like either talking to you or talking to other diggers or like people that just know the history, and they just like, hey, this person did that, this person did this, you know?
yeah. It's we all know each other. We just need to like start working together a little more.
Yeah.
I'm kind of an asshole to people, so it kind of pushes them away. But
Well, it's funny though
that's
because
what keeps my spot secret, though.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
for
not
sure.
I don't like giving my shit out for free.
for sure, exactly, and we'll get into that. But the funny thing is like people like. Well, obviously on the page you've been hanging out with us more, so we'll post you
Yeah.
stuff like that. And some people reply back like, "Damn, that fool's an asshole. Like he's fucking mean," you know. And in my head, I'm like, I've known you for like what, a little over a year or a
Yeah.
year and a half, and I'm like, that fool's chill as fuck, you know.
When
Like,
when people get to know me, bro, I'm a giant teddy
Yeah,
bear. But
yeah.
if you're on the other side of the shovel, it is
Yeah,
what it is. There's
exactly.
usually a reason for it, though.
yeah, exactly. And the well, I mean, from my own experience with you is like people don't see the reason.
Well,
They
hey, bro,
just
you
see
can
the-
only warn people a few times,
Yeah.
and then you just got to react how you're
Yeah.
gonna react,
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and well, I mean, I think the reason why a lot of these trail builders are not like super famous is obviously because a lot of the trails are like sanctioned trails, and you can't.
we're not supposed to be
Yeah.
doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's all hidden.
Yeah.
You can see what's going on in Santa Clarita.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the whole reason I put trail cameras in my spot. It wasn't to see who was riding there. It was not to get caught by the Rangers when they were there.
yeah,
And they've been up there a few times looking, So
yeah,
glad I have them.
yeah. That's true, man. I mean, I've that the whole thing in Santa Clarita is pretty fucked up. And,
That's
and
sad, dude.
the thing is like, I mean, maybe if you went back, 10 years, maybe 15 years.
You know what's weird is those jumps, the original jumps that started that have been there over 20 years. When I was a little kid, dude, like I said, I rode BMX. I went out there and rode probably at 10, 12 years old. And those jumps were already
For a
there.
long time.
They've already
Yeah.
been there. And now they're busting kids supposedly for building them. Dude, the people that built them are older than me.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a joke. They got a huge drug problem out there and homeless problem like we do out here. And
Exactly.
they're picking on little kids.
That's kind of where I was going with it. I'm like, if you go back 10, 15 years, you wouldn't see that. Like they
No.
weren't really fucking with people for building jumps and
Well,
stuff.
back in the day, how it was, like the cops wouldn't come bust us. All of a sudden, there would be a tractor parked right there, and you knew this was the last day you had to ride the spot, and the next day it was gone. But they weren't busting little
Yeah,
kids. Like
yeah.
there's no good outcome of that, you know.
The worst thing about it, and I think the reason why it's amplified now is because, like you said, there's drug problems. There's homeless people. Fucking
There's
streets
so
are.
much stuff going on out there. Stolen shit, cars, people dying. Besides the drug problem, there's so many other things going on. And to sit there and pick on people trying to figure things out, bikes are an outlet for people. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? It's not like, oh, they're gonna build jumps and cause a problem. No, they're gonna build jumps and go have a good time.
Exactly.
It's
And the thing too is through mountain biking I've met a lot of people that are in recovery.
recovery,
Drugs,
ex
alcohol, gang
all kinds
members.
of
Yeah.
stuff.
People that just they're able to stay away from it for the love of the
Put it like
sport.
this: where can you go somewhere like Summit where you see that big a group of different people all doing the same thing and loving
Yeah.
it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't see that anywhere.
Yeah.
No sport.
Yeah. And that's another thing too. I realized that I was just telling my girl that I was like, dude, like the thing about mountain biking is I've met and I'm friends with people that I probably would never be
It's
friends with, or like not that I won't be
yeah.
friends with them, but
You
like
just wouldn't have ran into them
exactly.
in a different type of way.
Exactly.
You meet them on
Exactly.
mountain bikes and you're like, wow, this guy's actually cool.
Yeah.
And
Age,
that's the other
nationality,
thing.
like
It
everything.
doesn't matter how old you are. If you love the sport,
Yeah.
you'll ride with people 20 years younger,
Yeah.
20 years older. It don't matter.
I've
It's
ridden
fun.
with 60-year-olds that
Yeah,
shred,
crazy, right?
bro. Yeah. And I'm cool with them. Like we'll hang out and we'll have beers and like
you got
we'll
guys
chill.
like Bobby Bonder and dude that come out to the races. Dude,
Yeah.
what, 68 or 69 years old maybe, somewhere in there, and he's throwing down race runs on a pro race course.
Yeah.
Like, that's gnarly. People don't even walk down that course.
Yeah, and I just don't understand what the reason is for, like you said, if they brought out a tractor and like just tore it down and then people
You gotta
rebuild.
think of it like this. So look how the skateboarders got picked on in the 90s and early
Yeah.
2000s, and now they got skate parks.
Yeah.
People need to stand up and let the city know what they want and what's gonna work. And picking on kids on bikes and skate, like, that ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Yeah.
You're just gonna get hate for that. So
Yeah, and you're gonna make the situation worse. Those kids are gonna stop biking because they don't have a place to go.
you just
And what are
took
they gonna
it-
do?
it's
They're
like
gonna be
one
out in the
kid's got
streets.
a $20,000 fine on him.
Yeah.
Dude, how's a 13-year-old gonna pay 20 grand, dude? You just basically made that kid another homeless person.
Yeah. Or a drug addict or fucking.
Might as well just go
yeah.
overdose. Your life's shit anyways at
Yeah.
that point. 13,
Yep.
you owe 20 grand. Like,
Yeah.
that ain't the way to go.
Yeah, and what does the city do with it? It's stupid.
Tear it
You
down.
know? Yeah. They're wasting all that money on other bullshit, and then you just gotta fucking put a fine on a kid. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's sad.
But
That kid should reach out and get a hold of us, see
Yeah.
what we can help him out with,
that's
maybe.
that's actually one of the things that I wanted to do. Reach out to him and maybe create like a fund for him to
Yeah.
like start like pay that off.
And
But also,
hey, here's one of the other things too. One of those sheriffs that's out there doing that just happened to be my neighbor that I grew up with as a
no
kid.
shit.
Happened to be the dude yelling "fucking pigs" and all this shit, and he becomes a sheriff. And he used to be the one riding a spot up here called Horse Trails that was illegal. You know what I mean? So it's like, look where you grew up, man.
No shit.
Don't that's
You
the
think-
sad part about
You
it.
think these people just become so bitter that they're just like, fuck
I don't know,
this?
because I messaged him and he's seen it, but he hasn't replied.
No shit.
Oh,
You
yeah.
messaged them.
Oh yeah, check this shit out.
Oh fuck,
Oh, I'm
bro.
straight up, bro.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, you think I'm a dick to people on my trail? I'm straight up with how I am with everybody.
Yeah.
A cop or not, it don't matter. If you're doing something that's bullshit, I'll call you on it.
I mean, like if I was a mountain biker and I became a sheriff, if I had to, I'd probably walk up and just be like, "Hey, bro, like just don't fucking be here when I'm here." Like if you see me, just fucking dip out. Like don't. Like I'm not gonna fucking arrest them and like fine them and cause all this shit. Like go out and be a superhero and fucking bust some other shit.
Look at that. That's the last message to him right there. You should go talk to your supervisor.
No shit. Yeah, and he did see it. Oh fuck! And you sent him the fine.
Yeah, no reply. That's
Yeah, he didn't even see it. The other one.
I'll see him at one of the family get-togethers.
Yeah,
I'll
for
let
sure.
him know what's up.
Yeah, it sucks, man. You know, it's one thing, like you said, in the 90s, just go and tear the place down and then just people rebuild and stuff. But
Yeah, but
to fuck with people is like,
you're
it's pretty
straight
whack.
putting
But
fines on kids. You can't do that.
But that's another thing too. I was having a conversation with somebody, and I've been meaning to reach out to that kid because he has the date of the meeting, like the city meeting.
Yeah.
And it'd be really good to get like the community together and go out there and just like tell stories, you know,
Well,
like how.
did you see all the responses on that Santa
Oh,
Clarita Sheriff's page?
bro, they got roasted.
That's the most content they've ever had.
Yeah,
But yet, did they ever reply?
never. And you know what? I
Just
talked
shows you where
to.
they stand.
So I know someone that's a sheriff and knows the person
That
runs that page. And he was telling me that he goes in there, he'll post, and then he'll log out, and he won't even like acknowledge
Check it.
anything on there. So like all the comments and everything that you're seeing,
Just
they're still good.
They're just ghosted.
They're ghosted by them. And I'm sure maybe some supervisors see that shit and stuff. But
I'm sure there's councilmen that are on there seeing
for
it
sure,
too.
for sure. But the good thing is that like you see the response. It's still good to have those comments and you know people just letting their thoughts out. But also when they do have that meeting, it's important to go out there and fucking like just let
show up
yeah
and show
exactly,
the numbers of how many
exactly.
people actually do ride and enjoy that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like what Dylan. I don't know if you've seen Dylan Stark's comment on there. You
Yeah.
guys building thousands of houses.
Yeah.
And you guys are worried about one little area.
Well, it's because they're making money off that shit, bro.
Of course, yeah.
You know, they're not making money off of bike parks.
They could though.
They could, but they're not. You know, like.
And that's another thing we should talk about is making money. Like, I ain't about making money off my trail. Everybody knows that. And I don't hate on the ones that do, but you guys can't post that stuff up on Instagram because if you get caught doing that, you guys have no idea how much trouble you're going to get in. And I could tell you because I've gotten in trouble for digging before.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
So do you think it's just lack of knowledge?
I just think a lot of kids nowadays don't have the trail etiquette. Like, when I was growing up, I had older dudes like, hey, if you're going to ride here, you're going to dig. And kids nowadays are all about this YouTube fame. I don't give a shit about my Instagram, bro. I'm about me having fun and my boys that I ride with having fun. But like, if you show up with a camera and you ain't got a shovel, we're gonna have a little issue.
Yeah,
you're
for sure.
Probably dig or go home.
Yeah,
one or the other.
But I was referring more to like the money thing.
It's
because I see it sometimes too, and I'm like,
well,
it's not my business.
If you don't own the property, bro, how are you gonna make money? How are you gonna collect off something?
Right. And but to me is more like you're like if you put your face out there so much.
You don't think that the city's watching that? You don't think they're just sitting there tallying up what you're doing?
Just letting it happen.
They know exactly what's going on, and when they're done, they're gonna take your ass to court and get all that money back. And
how big are those fines? Like if you get caught.
It depends. Like some trails are in wildlife reserves, because they're not allowed to build houses there, so it's a good spot to build a trail. But if you get caught digging in a wildlife reserve, that's a felony. It's probably about 10.
It's federal, right?
Yeah, it's 10, 20 grand, and then depends
jail time.
Are you gonna get a lawyer? That's gonna cost you money too. Are you just gonna go to jail and sit there and hope and pray and let them deal with you?
Yeah, federal prisons are crazy too because there might not be like gang members and all that, or there is, but
there is.
But what I'm saying is like if you get 10 years, you're gonna serve 10 years.
You're doing 10. You're not getting early.
Because state, you'll do half the time,
good behavior,
and all that stuff. But federal, you're doing the full term. That's pretty wild, man. And I think one of the ways that you do it is just pretty much staying off social media and just kind of like.
I used to post a little bit about me digging here and there and try to have people come help, but it just. A lot of people don't like to help, so I just stopped posting about it. And I just, there's the people who help me know who they are.
Yeah.
Like your crew. You guys got a good crew, solid guys. So I appreciate the help when they come out.
Yeah, for sure.
There's other dudes that come out, and we get it done, Sometimes it's better not to have all those people there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it's important. I know it's important to go out and trail build because, I mean, we saw the rain now. And if nobody ever maintained it, if people like you never maintained those trails, there wouldn't be a place to ride.
And the other thing is, too, is like if we all just kind of just maintain certain spots a little bit, we'd all have 10 spots to ride instead of 1 or 2 that are always cool.
Right. Let me ask you this from a trail builder's perspective. So sometimes I'm hesitant to just go out because there's some stuff like you said, like the maintenance is anybody can do it. You go out there and you see a rut, fill it in, pack it, and make it nice, and then just continue. Um, I've experienced it, and I know some of the people that ride with us experience it. But there's trail builders that get mad when you even touch
So here's
the
the
trail.
thing. There's a thing about trail maintenance and changing trails. For me, I'm totally cool. Anybody wants to come fill rain ruts, pack stuff, I'm cool with that. But don't stack 3 feet of dirt on a lip because the speed that I'm hitting it is different than the speed you're hitting
Right.
it. And when I come through a race speed and hit that shit, I don't want to go 60 feet to
Yeah.
flat.
Yeah.
There's a reason, why the trail's built how it is. And if you're going to go fill rain ruts and maintain, that's one thing. But to go change features, and yeah, that gets frustrating, dude, because I've come across shit where I'm doing a race run and all of a sudden what is this on my trail? This doesn't work at this speed.
Right. And what about, because I've had like that one time that I reached out to you, and I was like, hey, this dude? Like when we went out there, it was just literally like so when it rained, some of the jumps, like it just like it melted off.
Yeah.
So they just packed that back in there. They didn't change anything, pack, and then the run on, like right before you're gonna hit the jump, had like a little rut, cleaned it up. And people got mad over that, and they were like, "Oh, you're digging in the same spot I'm digging. That's my spot. You did my work and this and that." But you're like, it was damaged, bro.
I know
like,
what you're talking about. And sometimes, like I had just fixed something before this last rain, and then I went back and it's all melted. So
Right.
you leave it there and it's perfect, and then you don't realize like maybe that guy came back and it was fucked up before you came back and he fixed it, and you're pissed off because the way you left it was perfect, but it doesn't
Right.
mean it stayed like that. So
so it could have been changed or
sometimes the rain messes stuff up. Like I could deal with hikers a lot. They come up there and they just stand on the features because it's a higher point of view, and then
yeah.
you're like, well, why would anybody walk up this light? But they just don't know. It's just trail etiquette. So
Yeah.
I'm learning to kind of, work with people instead of kill them.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, man. And where, like, does your knowledge of trail building, because it's one thing to build a trail. I think maybe I'm wrong, but I think a lot of people that ride can probably dig out a trail and like pack it in. But like to build jumps, drops, features, berms, and know what speed and the angle you're supposed to do it at.
It's just
How'd you learn that?
Just riding, just dirt bikes, and just certain things. You get on a supercross track, and you have to be in this gear at this time to get this distance on this jump, and if you're not going to make it. So it's kind of the same with mountain bikes.
Right.
I learned how to gap things out a little better, and like, okay, if I land here and I stay no brakes, probably should be about this big, and then the next one should be a little bigger. You just kind of learn doing that. Sometimes you mess up, There's a couple features I've made that I've overshot and went, oh, man.
Yeah, you guinea pig a lot of them there.
Yeah.
You guys just you and Parker guinea pigged a recent one that he cased, right?
I don't. Oh, he cased one, but he guinea pigged one of my new ones. I was pretty surprised. He looked at it once or twice, and then the next time he came down, he sent it pretty good. I was pretty pumped.
No shit.
Yeah, I was pretty happy to see him do that.
So once you learn how to build that, so that all came from motocross.
Motocross, and I've been building dirt jumps for
a while.
I was a little kid. Yeah.
Is it so like if you obviously don't do this, don't go on a motocross on a dirt mountain bike trail, but if you went and hit one of those jumps on a motocross, is it different?
Yeah,
because of the weight and
the lips are a little poppier on a mountain bike. You still like I'm not saying to do it, but I could go to my trail and jump everything on a dirt bike, no problem. It's just you wouldn't hit it the same speed as a mountain bike. You'd probably go a little slower and seat bounce things and do it a little different.
Yeah.
But because you don't have a motor on a mountain bike, you got to carry momentum as to where you can creep onto something and then just throttle off with a dirt bike.
So jumps are not much different.
Not much. It's like the easy way to put it on a dirt bike track, you can't see the landings a lot of times, so you just got to know what
the speed and stuff.
What speed, what gear, and how far you're going to go.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's cool. But now that
All the new stuff I built, you can't see the landing, so it's a little
They
intimidating.
look big.
Yeah, you come up to them and it's a little intimidating
Yeah,
because all you
they
see is a
look big.
wall in front of you.
The funny thing is, a lot of times you see pictures or videos or stuff, and it never does it justice.
Does
But
no
this new
justice.
stuff on the neutral we helped you build, and then when you built that step down,
Yeah,
that one looks big even on pictures.
it's big. It's big. I think the double after it's gonna be 50 to 60 somewhere in there.
Holy
It's
shit!
big, yeah. And then I'm gonna have
50 to 60 feet.
yeah tip to tip, so you'll probably be going a little further. And then I'm gonna have like a little step down roller after it into a big step up, and I'm gonna try to get the step up at like 50-foot gap area,
Fuck,
probably
bro.
50 feet out, 30 feet up. I
I
wanna.
don't think there's any jumps in the area, mountain bike jumps that
There
are
are,
that
there are. I
secret
got some.
spots.
Yeah, I got a hidden spot, and I don't really take anybody to.
Yeah,
My buddy Zane knows about it. He goes there, but
and that has big jumps.
it's got a real big step up, dude. It's 70 feet. So
Oh
it's
fuck, 70.
full fucking speed, dude. No
So
brakes.
if people can't imagine what that is, if you watch Rampage, that canyon gap was 70
70
feet, wasn't
feet,
it?
yeah.
Or was 75 or something like that?
Dylan's gap, I think, was 72.
72.
Yeah.
So it's just about that length.
Yeah.
That's big. Because I remember seeing that at Rampage, and I was like,
well, they hit it.
fuck.
They hit that gap in practice, and I think Simon, I think he went back and him and Dylan stacked it up. I think 2 or 3 more feet because they wanted to get more pop off of it, and we're all looking at them like they're crazy. Fucking more pop.
Didn't
off
he
70
backflip it?
What's his name? Backflipped it. Dylan no-handed it.
Yeah, he no-handed
suied
that
it,
one. Yeah.
I mean, it's just as hard if you know. I mean, backflips are hard on a bike, dude. But when you're going that far and you let go of a bike, a lot of things could happen.
Yeah.
Too. So it's.
Yeah, there's a
Pretty
lot of
tight.
consequence there. But still, man, I mean, some of the big stuff around the area that's known that you can go and ride and people know about, they're, I mean, 30 feet, 40 feet,
30,
and
40,
those
yeah.
are, they consider them big.
Yeah,
Well, I think it's big.
There's some stuff too. My boys are building out. We're gonna go out tomorrow. I'll put it on my Instagram. They're doing it with tractors. It's some big stuff out there. But,
Yeah, is that the one you had mentioned last time?
Yeah, he's got
Ah.
a full resi pit and he's got a foam pit. He's got a couple.
foam pit?
Oh yeah. He
Outdoors?
He just put down a foundation and he came up on foam from a gymnastics gym. He's got about 3 metal dumpsters full.
No shit.
So it's gonna be a big foam pit.
Dude, that's dope. I've always wanted to go hit a foam pit because I can hit small jumps, but I can't hit big jumps. And I you know what? I'll take that back. I could probably do it. I just like the fear of like, fuck, like what if I fuck it up or I don't know the speed
It's
or
going to be a game changer for a lot of people. You're going to see a lot of the local kids get good in the next year. That's when I was a kid. That's where I learned how to do flips and all that. But I've got hurt so much, dude. I just don't care to do shit like that no more.
Yeah.
I've been in the hospital just laying
Too
there
many
just
times.
wishing I can go play with my friends. So instead of doing that one dumb thing again, I just
dude, that's
keep it
wild.
mellow.
And an outdoor foam pit.
Yeah, it's sick.
How big is it from the takeoff to where the foam pit is?
That's the cool thing that he did is he made it like variable. He made a thing so the ramp's adjustable. You could slam it all the way forward and hit it like at 5 miles an hour, or you could put it at a 50-foot gap and just send the thing.
No
dude.
shit.
Yeah, it's freaking scary. It's got a good roll in too. You probably hit that thing max speed. You could probably hit it 35, 40.
Holy fuck,
Yeah.
dude, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's got a.
Because there's still consequence with a foam jump, especially when you start like getting the gap bigger. Because if you don't make it, then
Yeah,
you know.
that and the bike landing or like slapping the bike, you get bruised up pretty good. People don't realize you get a lot of whiplash from that stuff.
Oh really?
Oh,
From
yeah,
foam pits?
Back compressions and whiplash. Yeah.
I can see that. You're coming into just a complete
Then
stop.
After, little while of using it, the foam starts breaking down. You're
Yeah.
just swallowing that shit. It's fun, but it gets nasty after a
Yeah,
while.
I take my kid to like a Sky Zone place and they have a foam pit there. And one time there was this big lady that jumped into it, bro.
She came out all fuzzy, huh?
Oh, bro, it looked
Yeah.
bad because I think you can tell when you look at it, but it was kind of sunk in a little bit, so you can tell the foam had been like compressed.
Yeah.
So there's not as much cushion. So when she jumped in, I think with her kid, they had to help her out.
Yeah,
You know,
I've seen that.
it's wild.
Yeah.
So I can see with a lot of mountain bikers, just well, obviously there probably won't be that many if it's a secret trail, but hopefully
It's private property, so it's gonna.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
We go out there and shoot guns and ride bikes and barbecue, and there's a little spring right next to it.
Oh no shit! It's like a
pretty
little mountain
badass.
biking paradise right
Yeah,
there.
it's pretty cool.
That's dope. And with your spot, without getting into any details, how when did you start, or how did you come across the spot
So
and start digging there?
I've been riding BMX there since I was a little kid, and we had some trails at the bottom called horse trails, and they tore them out, so we went higher up the hill where the tractors couldn't go, and we made a spot called Top of the World, and that's where that big wall ride and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
came
yeah,
in. And that 6 pack, those were
yeah.
original BMX jumps. Those weren't mountain bike
Oh no
jumps.
shit.
Yeah. And then I abandoned them for like I don't know a few years. I was always up there, but I wasn't riding, and I abandoned them. And then I got back into mountain bikes, so I went back up and just made a trail. And where the road gap is, we used to go right. We never used to go up that hill. We'd go right there and
Mm.
go down that way into that canyon. And they built all those houses, so we lost that. This homeless dude named Dwayne showed up, and that was like one of the coolest experiences I
Dwayne.
had, man. Dwayne.
Dude, the stories you told me about that guy.
That dude was freaking ballsy, dude. He was like 55 years old, and he was our guinea pig. It was
Yeah,
rad.
that's crazy. I always tell people, and you know what? It's weird because with the way social media is, and how things just go viral. That fucking video you showed me with him and the pigs
Chasing dinner?
chasing dinner, bro. I can never find it.
Um,
Never find it.
you gotta type in it's Hobo Trail Builder Dwayne chasing dinner.
Yeah.
It'll come up on YouTube.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to look it
It's
up
one of the
because,
funniest videos you guys will ever see at the spot.
dude, it's so funny.
Yeah.
And you told me the story about that. You said one of the people that lived in the area had pigs, and then they
had
just
a
got rid of
farm.
them.
Well, no, they had a farm about halfway up where that big U-turn is. There was a farm up there, and I guess the city cracked down on them, and I guess the guy just opened the cages one day. We had ostriches, pigs, all kinds of shit running around for a couple weeks.
No
It was
shit.
gnarly, yeah. Like,
I can't imagine
dude,
hitting some
you'd
of the
come-
features of the
no, dude,
ostriches
you'd
because running
straight
out.
up come around a berm, dude, and there'd be a fucking goat standing there looking at
No
you.
fuck.
Yeah, and then you'd
Oh,
hit the
shit.
next one, dude. It'd be like a sheep. And you're like, what the fuck's going on here? And
But
we
that
found
video is
out.
funny because he hits that wooden feature,
Well,
that drop in.
So the pigs, this guy, I mean, he let go all kinds of animals, but the pigs lasted the longest because the coyotes and mountain lions, started picking things off.
Yeah.
We'd find bodies. Like, I have pictures of sheep that are just gutted, and I'm like, oh, mountain lion, right away.
Yeah.
But the pigs lasted because the mountain lions couldn't get their mouths around their necks, same as the coyotes. I mean, you'd see them all scratched up. But they'd
No
survive.
shit.
Yeah, they'd
Well,
survive. They couldn't kill them.
I think and I learned this a while ago before you told me, but
And those pigs started off as pink pigs.
Yes.
All friendly, right? Like nice pigs, dude. And about 2 months later, they were black feral pigs with fucking tusks and
Yeah.
teeth. And yeah, it was
and
gnarly.
that's one thing that people don't know, that if you have a domesticated pig, he's nice and pink and quiet and doesn't do anything. But if you leave him in the wild for like
All
how
you
long is
gotta
it?
do is not feed them human food and ignore them, dude. And they'll go feral on you, dude. And it's about 2 months, and they'll turn black and
Yeah, they grow a bunch of hair, they grow fucking like
teeth,
tusks,
and teeth, and yeah, they'll fucking
and they fuck your shit up.
Yeah, they're
they
strong,
attack.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a couple times we were coming down, and that video you got Dwayne chasing them. Well, that was kind of like their turning point of them being kind of friendly to being mean. And about a week after that, dude, you couldn't chase them no more. Those
No.
things were like pit
So they would
bulls.
come after you.
Oh yeah, dude. You fucking smack them with the bike, dude.
I can't imagine just
I
riding your bike and you
Oh,
have a pig fucking
You learn
chasing
how to do
you.
race runs down that thing
Yeah.
real quick, dude.
Yeah.
You hear them behind you, dude, and you'd sure not make any mistakes.
If they do catch you, what do? Do they start bite
they
you?
try to bite you and get a little crazy with you, but after getting hit with, I'd smack them with my bike, or if I had a shovel, that's where smacking things with shovel came around.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I domed a couple pigs after they tried attacking me. And
That's crazy. You don't get that in most places. So
no, dude, it is.
when you showed me
Different
that video, dude,
experience.
I was cracking up because he's so animated. That
Oh,
guy,
yeah.
he was so animated, and he comes down that thing and he goes, "What the fuck, pigs? Like chasing dinner." He says something like that,
Fucking angry pigs, or that
Yeah.
pig had an attitude.
and he's just
the
like,
whole video.
like you can hear him screaming. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
one. That and the epic road gap failure. He made YouTube famous for a
Oh
little while.
yeah, he did go viral.
Yep.
You showed me that video too because he says something in the air.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he.
And then
And then you hear,
grenade. Just grenaded
Yeah.
himself, yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. And did he he lived on the trail.
He lived on the trail, dude.
So
His spot is still there. We cleaned all the stuff. When he passed away, we cleaned all the stuff up, but we still have a bench up there for him.
that's crazy because he was living there around the time when I was riding, and I never pictured somebody living there.
It's a rough place to live, dude.
Yeah.
Those rocks get hot in the summer and cold in the
Cold in the
winter.
winter.
And, dude, he was the happiest guy just to be out there. It was
Yeah.
crazy. We'd bring him food, and he'd have his own food, but we just, bring him pizzas or whatever, and he'd be the happiest dude ever.
Did he start mountain biking because of you guys, or did he already have like a little bit of mountain
So-
biking background?
He rode BMX back in the day, and he originally went up there to go find the BMX jumps, and when they tore him down, he was all bummed, and like a couple of days later, he showed up with this fucking pink Mongoose mountain bike, dude. It was a girl's bike, and we were just looking at him laughing, and he's like, I'm gonna follow you guys, and we kind of laughed it off, and then
Yeah,
after 3 or 4 days of him following us, we're like, oh, this dude's serious, and
he
then
could keep up.
he ended up breaking that thing in half, and he was all bummed out because he
Oh,
couldn't ride with
fuck.
us, and the guy Drew, Lone Wolf,
Yeah,
I think he gave him a bike. He gave him a Santa Cruz Bullet or something.
No
He
shit.
had a magazine called Decline Magazine back then,
Yeah.
and he did an article on Dwayne and Dwayne building the trail, and it was cool,
yeah.
We
Give him a little exposure, and then
we let him do it, dude.
Yeah.
We let him run it, and it was cool. Dwayne, we took Dwayne to Sea Otter. He was the most famous homeless dude up there, dude.
oh, that story's funny. You told me that. I'll let you tell the story.
So we go to Sea Otter, and everybody knew who Dwayne was. Oh man, Dwayne, the homeless dude from Decline Magazine, dog,
Yeah.
the trail builder. Everybody knew him. But our deal with Dwayne was, if we take you to Sea Otter, bro, you got to hit those showers, and then we're gonna take you to get a haircut and a little beard trim up there. Well, it was kind of a mistake because when we did that, nobody recognized him afterwards.
Oh,
dude.
shit.
Yeah, like he was like all popular.
He's
the
a
first
normal
day.
person.
Yeah, and the second day he was just a normal guy nobody gave a shit about, and he was all bummed out.
But
We
the
felt
story,
so bad.
the story you told me of when you guys went up there, because I think he was supposed to hitch a ride with
So,
you guys.
He was gonna hitch a ride with us, but we kind of filled up the trailer and filled up the truck, and he was like, "It's all good. I'm still going up there." And start questioning him, "How you getting up there?" He's like, "I'm taking the train." And I'm like, "What do you mean, dude?" He's like, "Yeah, there's like you take 3 trains and this bus and all this shit, and you can get there."
And he made it.
Well, we're there, dude, chilling. We're like, damn, I wonder if he's going to make it. And all of a sudden, this dude just pops out of the fucking bushes carrying a tire, fucking sleeping
That's
bag.
fucking funny.
I'm like, what the fuck? Where'd you come from? He's like, well, I was going to ride around, but I looked on the map, and it's a straight shortcut.
Oh, so he
So
cut
if-
through.
Yeah, but if you know about Sea Otter, dude, everywhere around that whole fucking racetrack's a minefield, dude, from the Army back in the days.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and
I didn't know that.
homeboy decided to take a shortcut.
So you don't know if there's like a mine they might have
we
forgot
know.
about.
No, we know because the fences say do not cross live.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he came the other way and didn't see the signs, dude. So, he found a shortcut, all right. Almost blew himself up getting to Sea Otter.
Dude, imagine you're chilling at Sea Otter having a
boom,
drink and
oh.
you're
What
boom.
was that? And yeah, Dwayne never shows up.
Damn, bro. That's crazy. Just by taking a shortcut.
Just a shortcut out
Oh,
there.
fuck,
Yeah,
dude.
it was funny, dude.
I'm
We were
sure they
laughing.
took out a lot of them, but I mean, you never know.
There's a few out there
Yeah,
for sure.
you
I
can't find
guess
them all.
They used to sit in the bay right there and shell that whole area. So there's still live shells and mines and all kinds of crap up there. So
Fuck,
pretty
that's
crazy.
great.
You
That's
hear all the
scary. Do they
stories.
fence it or do they just put
it's
signs?
fenced off and there's signs, but
He crossed the fence.
apparently
He's
if
like,
you
fuck
go-
it.
Apparently, if you go the other way, there's it's pretty easy
Damn,
to
dude,
climb the
that's
fence.
crazy. That's crazy, man. And how long the jump line that you like to hit? You built that from scratch?
I built that from scratch. So Dwayne, we did Toyota together, did the whole flow trail together, and I would build things big, and he didn't want them big. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let you run this thing, and I'm gonna go over here and build a big jump line. So I went over there. It took me about 2 months by myself to do it.
Oh, 2 months.
2
That's
months.
fast.
Yeah, I was there almost.
Because those jumps are big.
They're big, and what people don't know is I was moving a lot of rocks, dude. Where everything went, I was smashing rocks, and I'd use the rocks to stack and then build. And
Were
yeah,
you smashing them with that axe that you have up there?
That's my tool.
Like that
That's
thing.
my tool.
That
dude.
thing's heavy, dude.
People don't know. I see the boys on the other side of the valley using little hammers and those little
Nails?
spikes and shit. I'm like, dude, one smack with this thing and that rock
split.
Yeah, dude. I crack up at that.
Yeah, that's funny, dude. And so 2 months of you building and that jump line was good.
That jump
Did you
line.
guys have to? Did you knock it out in like one try, or did you have to fix the jumps? Cause
No, I pretty much built everything one run and then sent it, and we did a little video up there, and then I just went back and tuned things up a little bit here and there.
yeah,
But it was pretty much good to go from the start.
yeah, yeah. I've seen our boy Ricky just crashed there with you
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, dude, he was getting down that day though. He
Yeah,
was getting down. I
he's
give him
ballsy.
that.
What's crazy is that he started probably around the same time, maybe a month or two difference as I did, and that guy just fucking
Some people have that switch,
Yeah.
dude, where you just shut it off and let it eat.
yeah.
He had it that day, dude. He was letting it eat. It just that jump that he came into, there's a little double, like a popper at the top, and then there's a long and low, which means it's like a step down that you got to scrub into this lip. And if you send it a little too far or you brake check it all, you're done. And I think he
brake checked.
I think he touched a little brake, just
Yeah.
not knowing, because it seems like you're going too fast when you're coming towards it, but you're not. It'll just boost you a little higher. So he touched brakes and nose cased it. But I mean, it made a good video. And
It did. It's crazy because with the angle of the sun, and him crashing into it, you see his body
well, I
roll.
can say I've never seen somebody slam so hard and end up
Just
on
pop
their
back up.
feet, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you just don't do that. And I was like,
Because he landed
wow.
on his shoulder and then he kind of rolled, and then like he was on his feet. He's like,
wow, that was it.
and
you
then he
know?
looks at you and he's like, something's off.
I thought he broke his shoulder, dude.
But the crazy thing
I
is,
was
2 weeks
trying to-
later, he was out riding
I'm
again.
telling him, hey, dude, sit down, catch your breath. And he's like, I'm good, dude. It just feels weird, you know. And I'm like, oh man, I hope he didn't break it.
He probably just like pulled a nerve or like
stretched it,
yeah,
or
something.
slight little dislocation or something.
Because he couldn't move it for a while. He said he had
Separate.
trouble like shifting his gears because he has a stick shift.
Yeah.
But that crash is
That's one
it's-
thing. That's one injury that still gets me to this day is my shoulder, dude. Like,
Yeah, that's a common one in mountain bikers.
I was supposed to get surgery about, I don't know, 10 years
I
ago.
never did.
Five different times, and I never have. And yeah. my
What
shoulder-
effect is it having? Like
Uh,
raising it?
I could raise it, but I can't hold it above my head. It'll pop out. If I
fuck.
shiver, it dislocates. Just stuff like that.
Oh, and you just gotta pop it back in.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
You'll see me during race runs. Like sometimes I'm tilted to one side, like favoring my shoulder, and it's usually because I've hit something wrong and I popped it out in a race run, and I try to,
Ride it out.
ride it out the rest of the way. But sometimes it doesn't.
It just hurts when you pop it, or
It depends. My right one, I popped and I ripped my whole bicep muscle, so I try not to do that. If it pops out, I try to get it in right away, or
right. But it's hard mid race run.
I just try to get it back and go.
Oh, by motioning
with
the bike.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Sometimes it goes, sometimes it doesn't.
Fuck, dude, that's crazy. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get on podium, right?
It's how it is, dude. You can't
Man.
just, crash and quit. You got to keep going.
Yeah, yeah. And how soon after you got into mountain biking did you start racing?
The first year,
First year.
Metzger had a team, and he invited me up to Mammoth for a national race, and he's like, hey, bro, if you want to come race, I'll sponsor you. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'll check it out. I'll do a couple practice laps. I was being all intimidated by it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
"Oh, I'll do a couple practice laps, and if I like it, maybe I'll race." And did a couple practice laps and realized I was on some boys' tires, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to race just to see where
Somebody
I'm at.
who was actually practicing that was gonna
One
race.
of the pros that was racing.
Oh,
And I'm like,
shit.
you know what? I'm going to sign up expert. And they're like, I don't think you can because you don't have any points. And I'm like, hey, I had Metzger talk to him because I didn't want to race beginner, dude. I was like,
Yeah, you're like, wait.
I wanted to
advance
race
over
the
that.
course I was practicing. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So they ended up getting me signed up for expert. And I
No
ended up
shit.
getting second or
Oh,
yeah, I
fuck.
got second or third or something my very first race in expert. And I'm like, I was hooked, dude.
No shit.
At a national, I'm like, oh, dude,
Oh, that's crazy. And
game on.
Yeah, because I did a race out in Big Bear, and the first thing I realized is like it was really tiring. It was a cool experience, but I noticed that almost everyone that was on sport was they shouldn't be there.
No.
I don't.
Well,
They
that's
were
the-
either sandbagging or they were coming back from an injury, and they were just like
That's the
there. And I'm
thing.
like,
The race we were talking about, like Sea Otter, you'll
Uh-huh.
see a lot of sandbagging there. And it's not because people want to, it's because the points. Like, it's a USAC race. And if you don't have points or you haven't raced the
In a
year
while.
before or whatever, they
Yeah.
make you stay in a lower class. And then, like, for me, racing expert there, because I don't race, they don't have a vet pro, and I'm too damn old to race pro there.
Yeah.
I'll just get wiped out.
Yeah.
So I have to race expert in my age group. And the problem with that is all the pros that are from out of the country that don't have a United States pro card, because we don't have races here. All the races are in France, Germany, all the cool countries.
Yeah.
And freaking, they don't have pro cards, so they get stuck in my class. So I'm racing World Cup guys in an expert class.
Oh, fuck.
It is what it is. It's fine. Enjoy it, dude.
Yeah.
But you really
Yeah,
learn.
because, I mean, it would probably push you a little bit. You get to see where you stand towards, like, the top of the
You race
food
all
chain.
the boys in the United States and California, and you're, podium, and then you race some boys that are out of the country, and you're like 10th. And you're like, oh, wow, these boys, they really got some speed over there.
Yeah.
It's different.
And what do you think is that? Is it the terrain?
Terrain.
They got higher mountains, steeper
bigger
shit.
mountains, their lifestyles. I'm going to be straight up. Over here in the United States, people are pussies, dude.
Yeah.
In other countries, you really see men, dude, or like how people are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like it stands out compared to us. We're all sheltered and crying about shit, telling people about our feelings, which, it's you do got to talk about your feelings here and there, but you don't got to make it a life priority.
Yeah.
So, it's
Yeah.
Look at China, dude. We got a PE class. They got rid of PE and now they have male desensitization, dude. They're sitting there.
What?
They have a whole class, dude, where they sit there and tell you, you're not a bitch, dude. You're a man. You got to do this in life. And, they get you tuned up for life. Over here, dude, you're all sheltered, dude. And then all of a sudden, you ain't got no parents. And you don't know what to do in life.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with the United States. They don't set you up for success.
Yeah.
It's all about
Yeah, I think it's also I always bring up this quote, and I heard it, and it says something like tough times make tough men, and weak times make weak men. And but the fact that right now we're in weak times because not because of stuff, but just
it's true though, because like a lot of my friends, like I didn't grow up in a good neighborhood, bro. I didn't grow up with money, bro. I was a poor ass little kid, dude. Anything that I wanted to do, I had to go cut yards. I had to hustle, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't get nothing given to me. I had my very first bike given to me, and I had my very first bike stolen from me at the same time because of where I lived. So so you want another bike? You go get it.
Yeah.
So it was like.
And I think those experiences, they humble you, and they make you tougher.
They do. It does, and it's like
when you get hit with something in life where it could tear someone down. Like you just
like this.
get past.
You see a rich kid, bro, get something taken from him,
oh,
and they either freak out or call their mom to get them that again.
Yeah.
Bro, you get the poor kid, and he just shrugs his shoulders like life goes on, bro.
Yeah.
We'll just keep on doing it until something comes along again. Like it doesn't end their day, It's like you see kids just get mentally broke down for the littlest shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you
gotta toughen up.
We're screwed, dude. Like when me and you get old, there ain't no kids that are gonna be mechanics working on our cars. All these kids are like, you get these kids now, they don't even know how to say like the size of a wrench. What's that? You're like, oh fuck, we're screwed.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's one of the things too. My dad, he owns his own shop. He owns his own machine shop. And he makes good money, bro. And growing up,
funny, dude, is I was a machinist for 17 and a half
Oh, no
years,
shit.
and I probably did work for your dad.
maybe
Yeah, because I was right here in Chatsworth.
that's where his shop was at in
Yeah.
Chatsworth.
So
Damn, that's crazy.
right?
Yeah, he's had the machine shop here in Chatsworth. Right now, he got another shop out in I think like by Pacoima.
Okay.
But he was always here in Chatsworth.
Yeah, I did. So the dude that hired me, I raced with his son. He was like my best friend growing up, and he's like, "Hey man, you need to look," because like I said, I didn't have shit growing up.
Yeah.
So at like 14 years old, I started working at this shop, just sweeping and cleaning the machines out and learning how to change the lubricants and all that. And then after a few years of this, I went to school and learned how to do machining and started doing all that shit. And then they ended up closing down. So I was like, I like machining, but I don't want to do this the rest of my life. So I ended up getting the job I have now, which is working at a pretty rad dirt bike spot, dude. It's, custom.
It's the high-powered cycles, right?
No, I work at Moto Whips.
Moto Whips.
High-powered cycles is a bicycle company. They make pretty rad e-bikes.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
the one
That's
that
the one
Parker
Parker's
has.
running right now. Yeah, they're cool guys. They're really.
And
cool.
you work for which one?
I work for Moto Whips. We're out in Moore Park. We do like supercross builds and really nice
Mechanic
race
work and
bikes.
stuff?
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty
sick.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, and maybe if my dad probably knows whoever you were working with
Yep.
and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll ask him, but he wasn't rich, but he was comfortable. Yeah, he had good money, and I never like I never. My mom didn't make a lot, and I always lived with my mom. My dad made decent money, but the thing about my dad is he would never give me anything.
No.
Since I was in middle school, if I had to work, and he would make me sweep. So he had his employees, and I would have to sweep all their employees' mess and stuff like that. He'd give me a paycheck,
Dude,
and that's how I had to pay for my
10
phone bill, car,
probably
gas.
10 years old, dude. I was probably the only 10-year-old changing all kinds of Harleys, oil. I was doing all kinds of stuff, dude. At
Yeah.
10 years old, my dad had me working on bikes since I was 5, 6. Hey, go take this apart. I'll show you how to put
Yeah.
it back together. You know,
Yeah.
he is very on hands about stuff, very
Yeah,
mechanical.
exactly. And then same thing. When I got my first car with money that I earned working with him, shit would break down. My first car, I used to love. Well, I still do, but I really wanted a classic car, and I got a 1972 Monte Carlo.
Oh, badass.
and
That's cool.
and I had that in high school. So driving that in high school, like people when driving home, people were just like, "Damn, that shit's sick." And I was the second owner on that car. I bought
That's
it from
cool.
an old lady in Vegas,
Oh, shit.
and it only had 90,000 original miles, original interior, everything was original on the
That's
car.
cool.
It was sick.
I had a Buick Riviera, dude.
Ah, those are dope too,
Yeah,
bro.
until I blew it up.
But with that car, me being the second owner, the carburetor was fucked up. The fucking starter would give out, and my dad would just make me fucking do it myself.
That's
you know?
cool.
And that's the same thing I do with my son. And my girl's always like, "You're too tough on him," and I'm like, "Your job is to teach him compassion and be loving and stuff. My job is to fucking rough him up, you know,
Yeah,
like
you gotta
like
him
teach him to do shit, you know,
hands-on
like
and-
exactly."
pain is
Exactly.
weakness leaving the body.
Yeah, and you think that has something to do with them being more advanced over there, more like faster, and not giving
Yeah.
a fuck when they ride?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think what they eat, the way they live, everything, their whole lifestyle. Like if, as a young kid, if your parents know you're into mountain biking and racing, they'll kind of devote a lifestyle towards that. To
No
where
shit.
over here, it's just a weekend thing. Like, hey,
Yeah.
bro, you go on the weekend and
hobby.
race. Yeah, we got to work during the week.
You
Over
gotta
there,
earn it.
they kind of like, oh, well, if you're gonna race bikes, maybe we'll work for a bike company that way. They figure stuff out a little more than we do.
There's probably more opportunity to race and like
There's
make it a
way
career,
more
right?
home races. There's way
Yeah.
more. There's more opportunities to get places over there. And then, like I said, the big races are over there. So all you got to do is, you know,
Why is it that they never bring that over here?
we used to have it in the '90s, dude. Big Bear used to have World Cup races, and they just stopped doing it.
Is it just interest? Like people didn't want to come out and race over here? Or?
It died. They tried getting it like on TV and stuff, and you can't. I mean, you can't really justify mountain biking on TV, like you said. Like when you build something and you see it in person, you're like, "Damn, this is
Yeah,
big,"
that's
and then
true.
you see it on video, and you're like, "Oh, it's
Yeah.
whatever," you know. But like,
That's the reaction that people have of Rampage. They see it, and I mean, it looks big, and we know what it might look like. But when you see it in
when
person,
you see
it's
that in person, bro, and you realize that somebody's actually gonna ride down that shit, it's pretty crazy. Like
Yeah.
it's mind blowing, dude. That people actually are willing to do that shit.
I've never seen it, but just my own experience going into Rocky Peak when I first started riding. I used to look at the rocks in Rocky Peak and be like, nobody
you know,
could fucking.
my big drop that I have up there,
Which one?
the wood feature.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's the absolute smallest thing you would see at Rampage. Like that's like they sit down going.
And
off
how many feet is that? That's like
20-ish?
20?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, out there they got 30, 40, 50-foot drops and turns right after and cliffs if you don't make it.
yeah,
The
yeah. They're
ridges.
jumping off of cliffs.
See, I'm comfortable out here. I'll jump all kinds of stuff. You take me out there to Utah, I don't like the
It's
ridges. I pucker up on those ridges, dude. Parker was laughing at me. He's like, "Come on, bro," and I'm like, I'm good, dude.
That was one of the things I learned about Dylan when he rode that he's scared of
He's
heights.
scared of heights.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's wild.
Well, you don't know till you get there.
Yeah, yeah.
You see all this shit on video, and you're like, "Oh, jump that." Yeah, well, we'll go over here and we'll do that later. And then you get there and you realize, like, it's not just a jump. This shit's up on
ridge.
a ridge, dude. And if
And
you
you just got
400
drops.
feet and 600 feet, if you fuck up,
Ah, dude.
it's different. It's just a whole
Yeah.
different. It's scary.
I can't imagine that, bro. Because it's there's places like Valhalla that have like a ridge, but they're not small
Well,
ridges.
even like think just like at the exposure when you're on like Mount Wilson or something
Yeah.
like that. All right, now hit a 60-foot gap, dude, and land on that little ass narrow trail.
Or just see it both on both sides.
Well, that's it, yeah.
Two
But
edges.
you still got to hit a jump, dude, 60 feet and not swab, not case, not, it's just a lot of nerves.
Yeah, that's rough, man. And you know what? For me, like Mount Wilson, I try to just ignore it.
You see, like where Dylan took off. If you're looking at him, he went to Ryder's right.
Yeah.
But it's our left.
Yeah.
Those dudes that were dropping straight down, that shit was unbelievably steep.
Oh, yeah.
You can't tell on camera.
No, yeah.
But, like, you're looking at it, dude, and it's
straight down.
It's straight, dude. You're barely just skip the whole way down. And
who was it? Was it Semenek that went down that same area? And I remember when I saw him drop in, you can tell he was hitting his back brake. And he was just flying. Just like you could see dust.
That's another sketchy feeling. You ever hit your brakes and gone faster?
No, I never have.
Yeah, you're used to slowing down, dude. But when you hit brakes on stuff that's so steep, you actually start picking up more speed. You're just like, what's going on?
No shit.
And then you're trying to figure out how to work the front brake without cartwheeling yourself. Yeah, it's all bad, dude. It's a lot of those. Like,
that's next level control.
That's the thing is like a lot of boys hit big jumps, but do you got brake control?
Yeah.
Like, that brake control those dudes have is insane.
Yeah.
Dude. One of the dudes we ride with, he doesn't ride as much anymore. Bryce Hobling, that kid's got insane brake control.
No shit.
Dude, he's the one who took us out, and he's showing us around some of the stuff. And I was just watching him ride without saying anything to him. I was just watching him, dude, and just watching him, like, nose his rear end into things and just do certain things where I'm like,
just full
wow.
control.
Yeah, just all in control with brakes. And, like, we don't have that technical stuff over here, so we don't learn it.
Yeah.
We just, we do different.
Or it's not as steep.
And then you get over there and you're like, oh, shit. Wow, that's steep.
So he rides out there in Utah?
He lives out there.
Oh, okay. So he's used to that kind of stuff.
One of the Hurricane boys, yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Another one from that area, too, that I like his style, and he came from motocross, was Jackson Riddle.
Riddle's one of my favorite riders.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, he's that's Sammy. So Rock, Dirt, and Bones.
Yeah,
that's his rider. He digs for him.
Oh, okay.
So we've ridden Sammy's spot. Sammy's ridden our spot.
Yeah,
we've talked about stuff, and dude, Jackson's insane, dude. I don't get why he hasn't placed better, but
me too. I feel like they undercut him a little bit
because it's the extension tricks and shit. He does all those cool, but. Dude, if you do a backflip and you know how hard a backflip is, okay, they're hard, but once you learn them, you learn them.
Yeah.
Dude, extension tricks are never the same. You hit that lip, dude, and your Superman will never, it's always different. It's always, it's crazy. So, like, when you're hitting the stuff, like when he did that heel clicker off that step,
dude,
that was so blind. That was blind. You can't see nothing, and that's a 40-foot drop, dude.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. 30, 40 feet, and you're heel clicking down that.
Yeah, he's a young guy too, right?
He's in his 20s.
It's wild. It just the amount of air and how he just tosses the bike everywhere.
Group, like E-Man, and like Ethan Nell, and all those boys, DJ Shredda, they're out there, dude. They're getting down. It's cool. It's good
dope.
to see it.
Yeah, I thought he would place a lot better too. I felt like he was like undercut, but from what it sounds like, it just that style is not really in mountain biking or that.
It is, but like to only certain judges, I guess. Like I'd rather see dudes throw big extension tricks and a flip, a flip. Like whatever.
Same
3
thing over
flips,
and over. Yeah,
cool. Like okay.
Yeah, for sure.
They're hard. Don't get me wrong. And when you're flipping, dropping down things, there's a lot of consequences in that.
Yeah.
The one I wanted to see ride was Kyle, dude. I was so bummed when he got hurt.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, man. But
that was a hard crash, man.
That's part of it. That's the part that people don't see, because it happens very few and far between. But when it happens, dude, you get hurt out there.
I mean, I haven't seen the full video, but I saw the video that he posted where he goes down and you can tell when he crashes and he just blacks it out right there.
As soon as he left the lip, he knew. He was like, yep, here it comes. And then the sad part was, dude, is Rachel was out there filming.
Ooh.
She was filming like the life of a Red Bull athlete. And so
oh yeah, I did hear about that.
They have other shots that haven't been released, but
of him actually crashing.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think I've seen any.
Like the full, like when he impacts the ground, dude, he folds himself up pretty hard, dude. He hit hard, dude.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, he is.
Solid, thick
Yeah.
boy, dude.
So he hits harder.
Yeah, and then I guess Zink was building that line with him, so he was gonna hit the thing,
And he didn't.
And he told him, "Don't do it," you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah, man, he's on his bike again now.
yeah, he's riding again. He ain't with Common Salt no more,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
But,
he's with Vitus.
Yeah, it is. That's good. You know, you gotta take what comes.
Yeah, for sure. It's good to see him riding though, because when you get injuries like that, you don't know if you're gonna be able to get back on the bike. You know.
Yeah, that's one thing. I know what he was thinking in the hospital. Is like, you want to, but can I?
Yeah.
You still have the love for the sport, but it's like, how where is this gonna end? You
Yeah.
know? If I keep riding, am I gonna kill myself?
Yeah.
Am I
How old is he?
almost, I think he's a year younger than me, maybe
Okay.
37, 36. I'm not sure.
That's
He's old for the sport.
For the
but
sport, yeah.
He's still got some time though.
Yeah. You think we'll see him again?
Yeah, he'll be
on
back
Rampage?
this year. I don't think he's gonna throw down crazy shit like he used to, but he's
But he'll
gonna
be out there.
come back to show us that he's still out
Yeah.
there.
That'd be dope.
It'll be cool.
Yeah, and with going back into like digging and stuff, I know a lot of people sometimes get intimidated with coming out to dig, like they don't know what they're doing and stuff like that. From a digger's perspective, what would you recommend? Because some guys want to go dig and stuff, but they don't want to go and step on any toes. And
If you're worried about stepping on toes, just find out who the main person at that spot is. Whatever spot you're digging, and just contact them and be like, "Hey, man, I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I'd love to help you. What can I do?" You know, and they'll always let you know, like, "Hey, man, I'll be there this day," or "Hey, if you want to go out there and just do this on your own," or however. You know, I have no problem with it.
yeah,
I just don't want them building, like, you know,
new shit.
some peaky ass lip where it shouldn't be peaky, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that one. I remember that one guy you told me that was building that new line at the very top. And
Yeah, I
then,
felt bad, dude. Like, he put in work, but the whole thing is, I've built there for how many years, and I've hidden everything. You can't go there and put fucking 200 sandbags on the side of a trail where everybody's gonna see it.
exactly.
Like, so
People are gonna they're gonna wonder.
how to go eliminate that.
Yeah.
He was pretty butthurt, but then I explained to him why, and you know, now look at the situation. That land's gone anyway.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Because it all started with one of the owners just dumping a bunch of
And
shit. in the beginning of the trail.
I've always said for the last 2 years, I don't build anything above road gap. Anything that I build is usually road gap down. I'll go maintain, but I won't build new stuff because all that, we're gonna lose it anyways.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to put in a bunch of work to find out I'm gonna lose it in 2 or 3 days. So I'll just leave it.
Yeah,
alone.
since I started riding there, I saw more and more land get flattened out, more like tractors.
We lost the entrance now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but we can't go in through the.
Yeah, you told me about that.
That whole trail's gone. He put cameras up, so we gotta
Oh
go.
shit, he put cameras.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
So we snuck up. We were hitting.
But that's a new owner, right?
Yeah, the last time, I don't know if you've seen the videos on Instagram where I posted the last features of us hitting that man-eater jump. That dude.
Oh yeah.
He was not happy.
Oh
He
really?
was fucking.
Oh, that's when
pissed.
you guys went with.
It's like a couple weeks
with
ago.
Blake.
Yeah.
Blake and Brad.
Not happy.
Really? He was talking shit. Did he see you guys there, or he saw?
He saw us on camera, and I guess he fucking drove up there, and everybody took off, and I had my truck parked there, and he kind of rolled up on me and was like, just kind of let me know what was up, and I told him what was up. Like, I've been up here for how many years, so, and we had a cool little conversation. I understand what he's saying, because he's brand new up there, and he didn't realize, he thought it was just like 2 or 3 mountain bikers. He didn't realize there was a
People
whole
going over there.
group of us.
Yeah.
So he just asked me, hey man, like, you can go here, you can go here, but please just kind of try to
Stay off of that.
Yeah, stay off this little area.
That's
So it's
respectable,
cool.
you know.
He was nice. At least he let us keep using the spot. And I got a new entrance, and
Oh, okay, cool.
it's sketchy. It's a long, skinny
I've
cross.
seen that one. That one's been there for a bit, right?
Yeah, but
Because
it
I
ain't
saw
fun,
it.
dude.
Yeah, I saw it once, but I didn't hit it because I didn't know how sturdy that piece of wood is.
Fuck that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like hitting it. Parker and them laugh because I'll jump some shit, dude. But I'll wad my shit up on skinnies. I don't know why. I always get hurt, so I just avoid them.
Yeah, because it's just a little small plank, and then it's just like a how deep is that? Like 10 feet, 15 feet?
10 feet. But the thing is, it's not even that far across. But it's like if you go fast
Yeah.
enough and you eat shit, you're just gonna slam into the wall on the other side.
You should build a jump over it.
I'm gonna.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
little small canyon.
Canyon gap.
Yeah.
Instead of the 40-footer, we'll call it the 40-incher.
Yeah, the 40-incher. Hell yeah. Yeah, man. And yeah, so I'm hoping. I know with these recent rains, that trail got pretty damaged. Your jump line, you said, held up pretty decent.
Jump line's good, race line's good, just lower where everything merges in. It from there down is gone.
Yeah, so we'll try to get a weekend where we get like a few of the guys to come out, and we'll try to knock out
That'll be cool.
that main line, so that way we can.
I was impressed with the amount of work we got done last time.
That was dope.
That was fast.
That was dope and fast. It was like 15 of us, I think, and literally carved out a new trail.
Yeah.
The whole beginning of the new trail.
An hour or two.
Yeah.
It was quick.
That was dope.
That's weeks worth of work for me,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to do the same thing, and this time just kind of like, pack everything back into to that main line, and then get it running again. So
there's still water going down it right now. It's
how long
still
do you
a
think it's
river
gonna take?
Till next week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go after we're done here. I'll probably go just move some of the rocks out of the way and just get ready so we can go in there one day and just fix it.
Yeah. Because you can't really do much if the water's still running.
A lot of stuff fell off the sides, like the sidewalls.
So it got wider.
Fell in. No, it like the rock formations. They just literally just dropped right in on it, dude. And I've never seen it do that. So we know we got a lot of rain on that.
Was there snow up there?
There was.
Yeah, right. Because my cousin lives right there, and she posted. And
I was so bummed because I was racing. I was actually racing in the snow that weekend, but I wanted to go up there and film in the snow. It'd be fun.
It didn't last long, but I know there was snow up there. I didn't go up there, but my cousin posted stuff, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like it's crazy. Yeah, man. But one of my goals, I told some of the guys that I was gonna do the podcast with you, and a lot of people don't know you. They don't like though they know you as like, "Hey, what's up?" But that's it. You know, like.
Yep.
And what I told, they were like, "Oh, dude, that podcast is gonna be crazy," because they probably just pictured you on the podcast just saying how many people you're gonna hit with a shovel, and
man, that's what cracks me. Everybody thinks I'm more violent, dude. I ain't even like that.
Yeah.
Like, look, I'll warn people 2, 3, 4, 5 times. After that, dude, if you're gonna keep disrespecting me, what can I do, dude?
Yeah.
Like I said.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that. So my goal, I told them, I'm like, look, my goal is for you guys to realize like that he's
there's even a couple people that I talk shit to that I've re-invited up there, like Chris Bucci, who doesn't like. He thinks I'm gonna kill him, dude. I'm not. Like, I'm cool with him. Whatever. Just dig. That's it.
Just help out. Yeah.
You've been up there plenty of times with the camera, so just come up there with a couple of times with the shovel. That's it. Like, I don't hate the kid. I just wish he would help me.
Help out. Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah, and I think the big thing with those things is like when those guys have a lot of followers and you post videos, people are gonna be digging to look for that place, And once they find out,
that's what happened with him, dude. Is he made my spot YouTube famous without helping me dig? And that ain't gonna happen, dude.
Yeah,
like, that's when I feel disrespected and I'm gonna react. And unfortunately, like I said,
and one of the things
people don't like it.
One of the things I notice is you, like people only see when you're talking shit to them, but when I've had the conversations with you, it's always like months and months of you like, hey, come out and help. Hey, do this. Hey, do that.
It's never a one-time reaction, bro. I'm usually like, it's a year or months and months and months of
asking,
telling them and like.
And then they just keep riding and keep riding and keep riding.
Hey, they post enough where you see where they're out here riding this shit and they didn't build it, and they're over here riding this shit and they didn't build it, and then all of a sudden they're at my spot and they didn't do a fucking thing, and I'm just like, all right, guys, like, time to grab a shovel and help.
Yeah.
Like, all of us could be YouTube famous. I don't give a shit about Instagram or YouTube. I'm out there just to have fun and have my buddies, like my whole team, Minesweepers team, Sucios boys, everybody out there having fun,
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. It frustrates me when people are like, oh, he's a dick. Because, like, honestly, everybody who's dug with me knows I'll buy you lunch. We'll have a good time out there. We'll get some beers. We'll have a good time listening to music. I don't want to kill everybody, but you show up at my spot with a Suron and destroy my shit, I will smack you with
those
the
guys,
shovel.
I think, that one is one that I think is universal all around that everyone fucking hates. Like those Suron riders that just go and fuck everything. And they don't give a fuck.
On purpose. And then they lip off about it. And it's like they did that shit at my spot and they got domed. And they don't come back now.
But the thing is like they're trolling on purpose. Like,
well, you seen that one.
Yeah. You showed me that one where they're just like,
Look at this shit
They
though.
literally told you, what did they say? Like, oh, you're out racing, you're not racing or something. And you're like,
No,
I wanted to go ride your spot or something.
no, I posted I know who the kid is too. That's the sad thing. It's like, hey, when you fuck with somebody that's older than you, bro, shut off your IP address. Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. Been there, done
Yeah.
that. Nah, dude. I had been getting stalked by a mountain lion up there.
Oh, I saw
And I
that.
caught
Dude, the video of you
what?
digging and you see the eyes, that was
That
wild.
was gnarly, dude. And he didn't
That's
run.
scary.
I started going towards him, and that thing didn't move, bro. I had a strap on me and a big ass knife, so I was kind of confident. But then when I got within about 60 to 70 feet of it and it didn't move, I'm like, yeah, I'm leaving, dude. So I just backed up slowly, kept the light on it, and I was out, dude. But yeah, it's a big old mama cat. I caught her on my trail camera, just put like perfect pose on a rock. Well, I left the camera there thinking, oh, she'll come back. I caught an owl, like landing.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one too. That was dope.
So this kid sees the picture of the owl, and he puts, why do you have trail cameras? I put, photo says it all. Why not? And he puts, just wondering. Been waiting to ride my Suron at your spot recently, but I've been skeptical because of the cameras there. Like, hey, bro.
That's like disrespectful, bro. Those are the things that you have to deal with.
Then you
that
wonder
get
why
pissed
you
off.
get fucking domed when you show up there. Like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna come ride my spot, just do it and don't get caught. Just be honest, just go do it and don't get caught. Because if you do get caught, you're probably not gonna like how your fucking Suron's gonna look in the end.
And the thing is, bro, I mean, I've personally seen you. I try to get out there as much as I could, but I've seen how much time and effort you spend digging out there.
I dig on my weekends when I'm not racing. I'm up there digging. I work 8-10 hours a day,
and then you go on
and
night.
then I'm up there at night digging, bro. So it's like it's just kind of I find it highly disrespectful when you send me messages like that. It's like, come on, bro.
But I think it's those same kids that you said are just like little pussies.
They like to sit there and poke at people, and then when they get slapped, they fucking cry about it. And it's like,
and they have no respect. You know, they probably talk shit to their parents, and they probably
you know exactly how it is, bro. And guess what, bro? I ain't your dad. I'll knock your fucking teeth out, dude.
And it sucks, man, because you put in all that work, and then all of a sudden somebody comes and just destroys it just to fuck with you.
The one kid I fucking slapped. I didn't dome him with the shovel. I simply just slapped the shit out of him. Told him, if you want, call your dad and have him come talk to me. And then when his dad showed up, I slapped the shit out of his dad too, and just told him, you need to teach your kid some proper manners. And I explained to his dad what was going on, and guess what? He whooped the shit out of the kid's ass.
No shit.
I'm like, there
it's
you
probably
go.
the first
dude.
time he did it.
Exactly, dude. He's like you said, just disrespectful to his parents, disrespectful to everybody. And then he thought he was gonna come do this shit to me, and I'm like, bro, you don't even know me, dude. Why are you acting like this with me? Like, you know, give him a little slappity slap, and then I'm calling my dad. I'm like, I'll be sitting right here, dude. Call him.
And the big issue with those is the weight and the throttle when taking off.
Here's the issue.
Rips off the lip.
You can ride down the trail, and we don't have an issue because you're using gravity and a little bit of throttle. But I don't get why the fuck they want to come up the trail.
Oh, yeah.
Bro. If we're coming down the trail and they're coming up, that's not going to end well. I've ran into plenty of people on my trail, and it's a mess, dude. I had a family picnicking, dude. I explained to the dad wanted to fight me, dude. I felt so bad. Like, normally I'm like... You know,
that's
like,
what you get.
What's up?
Yeah.
You know, like, I felt bad because they were literally picnicking on top of a tabletop, dude. And I come around the corner and I seen them, and I grabbed brakes so hard, dude. I nose wheelied off the lip and cartwheeled into them. And the dad gets up, like, what's up, motherfucker? And I'm like, hey, bro, like, if you want to get down, we can get down. But, like, let me explain some shit. You're on a downhill mountain bike trail. We can't see shit. You don't see
and you're coming at high speeds.
I'm like, bro, you don't see any foot marks on here except for yours, right? And he's like, yeah, just tire marks. I'm like, it's a mountain bike trail, bro. And I'm like, I can't.
Picnicking. You
didn't see me like cartwheel. I'm like, I could have just rode straight into you and just straight blasted your family, dude. Give them the Maxis Minion to the dome, you know. But I tried to like avoid it, and I ended up, you know, taking them out on accident. I felt bad, you know. But, dude, what are you doing taking your family on a mountain bike trail that's a high speed? Like, on top of a jump, bro. Like,
and it's one thing to be hiking it up, but it's another to picnic on a tabletop.
You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, my cousin, she lives close by there, and she was like, oh, you ride there all the time? She's like, is there hiking trails? I'm like, no. I told her, like, don't hike there.
You
like,
can hike there, but just stay on the fire roads.
Yeah.
If you see a little, you know, jump line or something small.
That's what I told her. I'm like, look, you can go over here. I told her, and you can walk around this like loop fire road area, But I'm like, just if you do, just at least be cautious, one,
Just listen. That's the whole
and
thing.
then I told her don't go down the single track.
The other thing I don't get, dude, is why when hikers hear us, they just lock up like deer, dude. If you
Oh
hear
yeah,
something, the best thing to do is just step off to the
the
side.
side.
If I like, sometimes I'll be hiking up with my bike because I don't shuttle up all the time. If it's just me and I'm going to dig, I'll carry my bike up. But if I
Yeah,
hear some shit and I'm not sure, I'll get
just
off to the
pull off.
side. I'll just get off to the side for a couple seconds. But oh no, it's not a bike. Cool, it's just animals. Or oh, hey, what's up? It's a bike, you know.
Yeah,
But I don't stand in the middle of the trail like, oh, I'm gonna hit
and
him.
freeze up.
It's
Yeah,
just all bad.
yeah. There's nothing but bad consequence from there. Yeah, but yeah, man. Again, I'm hoping to get the guys up there again. Get this thing going. And I do want to get some of the guys that initially went the first time out there
That'll be
because they
cool.
still haven't ridden it. Like Tony.
Yeah,
Tony hasn't
Tony
ridden
needs to
it.
ride it.
Yeah, he needs to ride it.
That's
and,
one dude I've always wanted to bring him out there though,
Yeah.
because I know he likes to hit drops and
Yeah, and you know, I wanted to bring him up too, but I know like he never dug there and stuff, so I was kind of like, and
that's the
he
thing
hit
too,
me up.
though, hey.
He was like, hey, like where's the spot? I'm like, look,
Just
bro.
because, like,
I'm
that's
like,
the other thing. I'll put it out there like this: just because you haven't dug there doesn't mean you don't get to ride there.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
come ride my spot, but you just
show up at
Just
some
show
point.
up that you're, just show proof that you're willing to put in a
Yeah,
little bit of
yeah.
work. That's
Yeah.
it. Like
Exactly. Yeah, because
Parker, he's dug with me 1,000 times. He doesn't like to dig. It fucks his back up. I understand that. So I don't give him shit about digging. I'm not like, you got to be there, Like, nah, he's helped me enough to where that's his trail, too. He can
Yeah,
ride that anytime.
yeah.
He don't have to help me no more.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm glad you cleared that up. Like, you can go and ride there if you know the spot. Don't ask me because I get a lot of people ask me, and I don't like telling people.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the middle of
If you want,
like, oh, Pierre told me about this trail. And I'm
you
like,
can just DM me, and I'll more than likely, if I feel that you're confident enough to get down the trail without killing yourself, I'll tell you where it's at. But then there's people, like, a lot of the stuff there is blind drops, and I've shown up there.
yeah,
I don't know if you heard the story about the time I thought I had goats up there.
No.
I went up there to dig, dude, and I hear bah, bah, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And I'm like, oh, the goats are back, Okay, we got wild animals again. But I'm thinking to myself, there's no farm up here no more. So what? So I'm hike up a little more, and you hear bah, bah, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I get up there to where Road Gap is.
uh-huh.
I'm like, what is this, dude? And like, that rock roll up at the top where it's a rock roll and there's a landing about 30 feet
Yeah,
out?
yeah.
Homeboy rolled off that and broke his legs.
Both?
Both.
Oh,
So it wasn't a goat, dude. It was him going, help! But he was been there so long that he couldn't.
he was like dehydrated,
Yeah,
probably.
he couldn't keep a straight voice. He was like, help! Like, and it sounded like a fucking goat going, bah! So I get up a little closer, and I'm like, dude, that's not a goat. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I finally heard the help. I'm like, you good? Where are you? And I hear help. And I get up there, and I ended up having to call the helicopter. And
That was recent, wasn't it?
yeah, I've had a few
months ago?
Yeah. And
I remember. I think you told me that. I think was it a rock or something that you could see his helmet where he hit or something like that.
Dude, he snapped so hard. But it's, dude, like, you see it and you just see a rock and you think it's a rock roll, but it's not. It's a drop, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing I do with the guys that have gone for the first time. Like when Brad went, when I took him.
Just kind of show everybody, yeah.
The first run, it's always like, let's go. And I keep stopping at every feature. And I'm like, look, you could do this. And just like the man eater, like you could either take that line and jump it, or you can just, you could hit that section. And then the second run, we'll do a full run, but like slower
pull,
pace.
yeah.
And then the third run is
Open
just,
it up.
open it up.
That's usually what I try to do is educate everybody. And then the other thing, too, is I always stop before that wood ramp because people forget it's there for some reason.
Which one? The roll in?
Yeah,
the big one?
roller, dude. And they forget it's there and just send it
fly off of it?
straight off that shit. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, because you come in carrying speed.
Yeah, that's
that one.
another reason people are like, oh, why don't you like make it smoother? Because if I make it smoother, they're gonna go faster. If I leave it rocky right there, you have to slow down. And if you slow down and look up, you realize there's a ramp.
Yeah.
And then
you have that sign that points down. But people don't see that.
we had Mike Metzger show up.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, yeah, dude, let's go. And He's a professional level rider.
Oh, that's the one you told me. Yeah.
And we got to above where the Toyota truck is at rolling
Yeah.
right there, and he took off, and we're like, hey, 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 hey. And he thought we were yelling, yeah, 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 yeah. So he took off even faster. He didn't know that wood ramp was there, dude.
Ugh.
He went off that full speed and landed into the berm, dude.
But so people that have never been there or maybe haven't seen it, you're coming in and it's almost a wall straight down.
Yeah, I don't touch.
I wouldn't even call it a ramp. It's just a roller. You got to roll it.
Faster guys don't even touch the ramp. We'll just drop straight down to the dirt.
Fuck, that's scary.
It's so steep you don't even need the ramp there. But
yeah, and then but not just that. Once you get to the dirt, you got a big ass berm right there that just carries you.
Berm.
Almost everyone that's hit it for the first time, they usually hit the ramp, and they get so much speed that they go right into the berm. So they crash instead of turning, they just slam into it sideways, because you get a lot of speed coming down that thing.
He came off that thing, dude. He landed tires into the berm.
So much speed.
Cartwheeled into the bushes. It was bad.
Man. That's crazy. Yeah, man. But I'm excited to get some of the guys out there and ride that spot. But we'll for sure plan to head over there and do another dig day to maintain that one. Especially if we get a bunch of guys, I don't think it'll be a long time because a lot of it will just be packing dirt and just flattening it out.
If we had 10 dudes, we can clear that in a couple hours on the trail.
Yeah, because it's maintenance. We're not adding, removing stuff. It's just more maintenance. But
just tuning it.
Yeah, we'll get it, and then maybe we could do some laps after that. So
I'd be down with that.
Yeah,
we didn't get to do that last time.
No, we didn't. No, but it started raining, so there was no way to.
That's one thing I've been planning on. Got a couple boys that are fishermen that ride with our crew, and I've been talking to them about getting some lobster and stuff, and a couple halibuts and some tri-tip maybe. Maybe have a little barbecue.
Oh yeah. I remember you told me about that. Yeah, and I'm gonna hold you up to that because that'd be cool, especially like closer to summer. Do a little barbecue and
April or something around there. I'll let the word out and start letting people know. I'll have enough time to maintain everything then, and then we'll have a cool little barbecue ride day.
That'd be dope. Well, Jason, I think this podcast was a success for the simple fact that people are gonna see a side of you that probably don't see.
All you gotta do is come out and dig with me, dude. People realize I ain't such an asshole all the time. I can be if I have to. I don't like to be.
Yeah. Don't test them. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, I love everybody until I hate you.
Yeah, you poke the bear, he's gonna bite you. He's gonna maul you. But I appreciate you coming on. It's cool.
I appreciate you guys and what you guys do. It's good to see a group out there doing this for the mountain bike community.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, I enjoy it, and I know a lot of us need to give back, anyways. So whenever we can, try to make it out and dig and stuff. So.
Cool.
Yeah, man. But I appreciate you coming on, first trail builder on the podcast.
Yeah.
And until next time.
Yep. Again, thank you.